Edson, congratulations! Oh, what a
Thank
beautiful
you.
film. It's a magic to see it on the big screen because
Yes.
it's many months of watching it on computers
Yes.
and these cuts, but this is just beautiful. So I wanted to ask you, Edson. So, you said a really beautiful motivation about the film at the beginning. But I was wondering if you could talk about what in this point in your life, in your career, why you wanted to tell this story. What was so, when you invest in your time in a feature film, it's like 2 years out of your life. So you got to choose carefully. What made you want to choose this story at this moment in your career?
Well, that's a great question. um, First of all, I do want to say thank you so much for everyone for coming again. I do appreciate that. Um, it's this being my debut feature. So much of who I am and my ideas and where I come from and my culture stems from my parents and the fact that my mom and dad left from a country to come here. So to sort of introduce myself as a feature film director into the industry through a story of my ancestors, essentially, I thought was the appropriate way to do so. And also, just because these stories are just not just this story, but everyone's story, and there's just so many untold stories in these sort of like underrepresented communities. So that was something that's very important to me.
Good. Yeah, you can feel all that. You can feel the joy you put into it too. So you've got, the cast is here and so many people that worked on the movie. I was wondering if you wanted to start off by, just introducing
Oh, for
them.
sure. Yeah, we were so blessed to have some of the cast with us. Not everyone's here, but the lead actress, Shane Montpremier, is here. She's in the front, sitting there. Very
Wow.
the talented, like, the film really, yes, round of applause for her. She really lifted the film, and I think I'm so blessed to have had the moment to meet her and then further work on this film together. Who I'm about to say Evans, but Success Junior, who you all really loved as the Evans character, is also here sitting next to um, uh, the character of Blanca, who we introduced her in the beginning, but very much existed throughout, with so much of her personality, is right here, Madeline Marchand, in the front. Um, and then our wonderful supporting lead, Alan Heyman, the character of George.
Woo!
Um, yeah, he's here with us, and I'm so excited too because like I was really concerned about him not having the opportunity to be here, being that he is of the higher risk community, but he did have his vaccine, so he's here with us.
All
So
right.
we're excited about that. All the way from West Palm Beach, came down, took the trek to be with us, and so much of our crew that made this happen are here with us as well. Our editor, John Cuartas, is right here in the front. The wonderful DP who really helped me and supported me with like getting the image and the feel and style of the film. Juan Barriga, Juan Camilo, and so he's here in the front. And my co-writer, Joshua Jean Baptiste, we worked on all our works together. He's in the front. Um, and absolutely, I mean, there's so many more people, but this is not possible at all with my lead producer, Fabiola Rodriguez, and so I want to give her props. And Mark Pulaski, he was here. I don't see him. Oh, there he goes, Mark Pulaski. Definitely, like, so much support, and like we had so many interns from Miami-Dade College also come and support and were with us. And there's so many other here. I'm just off the top of my mind, like Anel and Issy and Maria and all these. I don't know if I can't see everyone, but yeah, we just had so much help and support, and I'm so honored to be here to celebrate with them. Also, Kathleen, the Marie character who prays with Luzi in the scene, she's right there with us. She was awesome. Awesome to have that time with her. And our wonderful sound. Man, wow, Fernando Arguello, right here. I got all these names. All right, cool.
I
So,
wonder if
yeah.
we could get Shane to come up and join us for this.
Yeah.
Would be great. I've got a lot of questions coming in for you, especially. You made such a huge impression in this movie. Yeah, just a luminous performance.
Yes,
Congratulations.
congratulations.
So Shane, I wanted to bring you up because the first question here is for you, actually. What was it like to prepare for a role like Ludi, and what was your favorite thing about her?
Oh, what was it like? Well, first things first, getting a chance to be able to step into a Haitian role has always been a dream of mine. And I mean, my inspiration was my mom.
She's here.
Hi, Mom. So it was really a gift to be able to portray her and to just kind of go back over the stories she used to tell me when I was younger. And just to be able to honor her in that way has been such an amazing gift. I would say my favorite part about doing Ludi is being able to speak Haitian Creole.
That's amazing. Yes, such rich characters that you and Joshua came up with. I mean, it's you can feel the authenticity. So it's a wonderful response. So you're from
Here.
you grew up here and everything. That's great. So where were the scenes of where Ludi lived shot? That's another question that's just come in.
Slido. It's in the Little Haiti area, just in between 82nd Street. I don't know if you guys are gonna go there and visit, but there's these mobile. Are these a mobile home or trailer park, Fabi? I don't know which one is which. But this mobile home community in that area that we were able to shoot. So there's like two separate ones, but yeah, that's the community in Little Haiti and like off of North Miami Avenue.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's this film was shot on the Ulite Arts. It's the first film to come from the Ulite Arts Cinematic Residency, micro budget. So it was made for $50,000, which is incredible. And tell us about shooting it. You shot in just a very short period of time. Could you talk about that period of preparation and how it all came together? I mean, this film is a miracle to be shot only.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna. That's definitely hats off to the crew, of course. Just like I mentioned, like none of this is possible without like an efficient team that's ready to get down in the trenches with you and really develop a story and like make that happen. Because you could have that idea, but now you have to execute. So definitely like the nuances of crew and things like that. I think Fabiola should come in here and like speak about producing the thing, you know. But you know, even not her. Just like I mentioned, the team with her and Mark and even the crew, like working with the DP. And I know I took a lot of things away from Juan, but I think he definitely used that to his advantage. And like in our limitations, we were able to get creative. Because I'm like, yo, we don't got time for setups. We can't use the light here. We can't use the light here. He's like, I got you. Don't worry. I got you. So like, having a team that was very nimble in that regard creatively was very beneficial. But if Fabi wants to speak sort to how to produce on that sort of more micro budget, how producing on a micro budget, how was that experience?
Oh, so I think it makes you more creative. Like you just have to think of ways, when you have an issue, you have to think of the solution and you have to think of a backup to a backup to a backup. I think it actually elevates the storytelling because you really have to like nail that script and all the other sort of parts, just sort of, you really just need to be very creative. And I mean, to me, I think it's like a great, fun, amazing way of producing.
So, there's beyond Ludi, there's some rich characters in this film. George and Blanca and Edson. What was it like to create the characters? Was there a lot of rehearsal? I mean, the writing is obviously very rich, but the casting, and was there time for rehearsals? And how did you get the whole cast to gel together?
Yeah, we had a very minimal to non-existent time for rehearsals. So we really wanted to lean into like working with people who we felt like already embodied the role. So further with that, they elevated whatever we wrote. So I feel like whatever we wrote was just like sort of an infrastructure, and they really came into it and came with ideas. We even changed lines so they could like flow more naturally. The jitney scene, plus Pierre's not with us tonight, but a lot of that, they were just finding that together. When I finally had the opportunity to have them both in the bus, they were just like riffing off each other and adding things. Like we didn't have strategically in that scene, for example, when they spoke Creole and when they spoke English. That was something that they found whenever they just naturally wanted to switch between languages, because we didn't want that to feel forced. And that was something that they discovered, right? We, with the Evans character, like, that's really fun because I had the opportunity to meet Success, and he's well known in sort of like through his sketch comedy and his stand-up comedy, and sort of this this internet personality. And I was like, yo, you know what? What do you think about stepping into like a straight acting role? So that was super exciting for him and I to kind of jump into. And I felt like he really got in there. He was able to be like, have his comedy, but it was a different tone, and that was exciting.
We laugh because he's such a real guy.
Yeah.
He's a guy we've met.
Yeah, everybody knows that guy at work, unfortunately.
Another one for Shane. What examples or experiences did you draw from in your life to bring LUDI to life?
Okay, so again, Marie-Yolette and Colin sitting right there. And then my husband's mother, who has been a CNA for many, many years, who used to catch, I believe, 3 buses every single day to work 2 jobs, similar to Edson's mom. So basically, every Haitian woman in my life is LUDI.
Wow. Another one from Slido. So the film feels of this time, 2021, but it also feels like it could have also been set in an earlier time. Was that intentional?
Yeah, it was intentional. I think that whoever asked that question, they got that feeling because we've been sort of marginalized, access to finances, access to telling our stories creatively, us being minorities, specifically Haitian-Americans. With time passing, a lot of our story and our history is not being captured. So it gets lost, and maybe we only have it through stories we share with one another. So the cassette tapes, I think, gave that feeling because that was something that I experienced growing up. That's not something of the time now because no one's doing that anymore. But I got to know my grandma through cassette tapes. Sometimes she would just send us songs. They weren't necessarily conversations. She would just be singing a Haitian hymnal. And so it was between that and the telephone and the cards, the long distant cards. Oh my God, and I would have to call for my mom and they never worked. And you have 10 minutes and you're like, oh, okay. Okay, you're trying. It was the worst. But now everybody has WhatsApp, you can communicate. So even if we were of this time, I didn't want to forget something that made us who we are. And like that's not just my experience. That cassette tape thing was something that happened widely in Haitian communities, also in New York. So I just tweaked the story and just had the character reluctant to move into the present day, her cousin, so we could explore that dynamic. Otherwise, it would have to be a period piece on a micro budget, and I'd be like, whoa, so you had to make it work.
Not happening.
Awesome. Here's another interesting question. So, what do you think this movie means to the Miami experience? And the person who's asking the question says it's a very abstract question, but you can take it as you like. And I want to just riff on that a little bit. So, we've been talking a lot about how important this film is in terms of the authenticity of the Haitian-American and the Haitian-Miami experience. But, you also bring in characters from other ethnicities in this movie, Cuban and Jewish. Could you talk about like your vision of Miami as a whole through this film?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the Miami I know. That's the Miami my mom knew when she first came here. There's a story of her first American breakfast was when she was going to take care of an elderly lady in South Beach, and she was Jewish. So that was it was literally an encounter with another Jewish woman. So I just feel like these cultures intersect, and because of the way things work, there are a lot of wealthy Jewish people in America, in the Miami and America, and at the same time, there are a lot of like lower income Haitians. So the proletarian types meet with the wealthy because we end up working for them in different ways. So that's like just a natural connection that we don't need to be ashamed of, but it's the dynamics of capitalism in this country. So, and also with the whole Cuban relationship, it's like, it's so interesting because I was having this conversation the other day, and Haitians and Cubans have a really wonderful relationship. We love one another. And it's like there's a lot of symbiosis and we're connected. But there's also this undercurrent of the fact that when Cubans came here, they got the wet foot, dry foot policy. And you could see that in sort of like how they're able to flourish in the economic ranks in Miami when Haitians were either not given papers or turned away to go home. But regardless of sort of like that political undertone with our relationship, we still see each other as brothers and sisters in this Caribbean sort of family. So, and Miami to me is just an extension of the Caribbean. It's like where we all come, people from Colombia, from Cuba, from Jamaica, Haiti, where have you, you know? And so it wasn't really forced. We just felt like that's the Miami we kind of know and we see. So Josh and I kind of played around with that.
Mm. There's a question about bringing the whole cast on stage, so those of us that are remote can see them.
Cool.
We have a kind of social distance policy. We'll back up.
We'll back up so they could see us.
Can come up and we can still.
We have so
come on up,
Madeline
everyone.
and Madeline Blanca and Alan, who played George, are coming up, and Success. Go to stand up.
All right.
My guy, still sprightly. And then we have Evans, looking all GQ in all black. Success Junior. And then Kerline Alcee is coming, Kerline. And she played the character of Marie.
Ah, yes.
I think that's...
Now you can see them. We have, have everyone in the shot.
I think that's all the crew that's here. It's a small crew. Yeah.
Love it.
And plus it's in Atlanta.
Well, let's hear from you guys. Like, have you all? Is this the first time seeing the movie for everyone? Oh. Yeah.
It's my first
let's
time.
Let's hear from Evans.
Heard a bit of it.
What's that?
I had never seen any of it. I was very surprised by that strange guy they had up there playing with food. But everybody was wonderful, and I was very happy to be in it because I love the script and the people. Everyone were just the nicest and the most talented. I mean, because I've known people. I've worked with Miami-Dade before a number of times. So, but I was really very proud of everybody, and I was very blessed to be in this, I think. And the things that are going on in the world today, this is a very timely film now. Mm-hmm. It goes well beyond just Haiti and Miami. Our whole country is so divided still. And people need to see these kind of pictures with being able to see how people live and who they are.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Thanks, Al.
That's actually the very definition of the Night Made in MIA category. It's stories that are authentic to the South Florida experience, but that have global resonance. And this film completely fits the bill. So very, very good words. Thank you. How about everyone else? What did you think of the film seeing it tonight? Go ahead, Blanca.
Hey. Hi there. It was incredibly rewarding and very fulfilling to do this film because I've always had a soft spot, being an immigrant myself, a Cuban, came, through everything, and then to work with this movie with the topic, and I've always had a special place in my heart for all Haitians since I was very little, always. So when I was able to do this film, it really touched my heart. I didn't really love my character because she was extremely mean and very manipulative, but she was fun to do, and I really gave her such a hard time. But we had a great time shooting it, and just the entire cast, from the cameraman to everybody to producers, everybody's just so amazing. So I thank you for allowing me to be a part of this magic and being here tonight. So thank you, honestly.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Success Jr. I played Evans. I could truly say that I seen my mother, just like Shane, just like Edson, because my mother too was a CNA.
Every Haitian mom is a
Yeah,
CNA.
it's like they came from Haiti. It was like, where's the CNA application? Like it became so many Haitians, but it was truly fun, and I do want to personally thank Shane. I do want to personally thank Edson and Mark because I'm a comedian. The transition was a little different, you know. Like I had to be serious, and for those of you who know me online, I play a mother character. So this was like the first time I didn't have to play my mother. I didn't have to tell jokes, and Shane and Edson coached me through it, and I definitely want to tell you guys thank you again, and it was a blast. And George, you're amazing. And I sat next to you. You were so humble. You didn't even say anything. You were so amazing.
You know, I was so overwhelmed.
Yeah, I would have kissed you if I knew it was you. I definitely would. I definitely would have. But thank you guys. Thank you guys again for really having me a part of this and for you guys showing up.
Thank you. Thank you.
I didn't speak at all. I'm the shy one in the group, so yeah. But no, definitely, this movie means a lot to me. Like everyone has expressed, a lot of migrants, whether it be Haitian, Caribbean, just having to struggle to take care of themselves and then go back and take care of those that are back at home. This movie shines the light on a lot. So I'm very thankful for being a part of this. Great characters, great people, great initiative. I just pray that this is not the last movie that focuses on how can I say, focuses on the world we really, really live in today, Not the fake things that we see on TV with, having the bling bling like Success got on tonight, But mostly, just just the real life stories and Edson, thank you. Thank you so much for this,
Thank you.
Mark, Fabiola is really fabulous, guys. I don't know.
Great
if you know
producer.
that.
They're good.
Definitely.
Oh my goodness.
And Joshua, oh my God. You guys are amazing, amazing crew, and I thank you so much for the opportunity. This is Joshua. Yeah, success in them. Okay. Oh, fine.
It's so well said what you just expressed, and it's a very small movie in the sense that it was made for so little money and from so few days and just so few characters, but it's really a big movie. It's a big movie that's got a big future ahead of it, and it's so important for this film to be the opening night film of Miami Film Festival in 2021. It's so big and so important.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. I don't know. Before, I just kind of wanted to say this on that note of sort of like celebrating the film and the cultures that are interconnected throughout. If anyone was inspired or by this film and was moved and wants to connect with us and stay in touch with us, the greatest way to show your appreciation and support, we're going to have someone outside with a little QR code. You could put your little phone video on it and follow us on our social medias, but then also on our mailing list, because beyond showing at festivals, we want to have a tour that we want to go up the coast of Florida, specifically in the Haitian communities with this film, sort of on an event-based tour. So that's going to happen hopefully toward the end of the year when we're able to gather again. So if you want to just connect and touch base with that, Kayla, who over here, this young lady, is going to be there, and she'll just, yes, Kayla, round of applause. She'll if you see her out there, just go ahead, scan the QR code, and you can connect with us. And on the idea of further sharing our stories, I would like to sort of extend the opportunity to go see another film that's in the festival, because our story is not the only story. I think it's really important to tell Haitian and Haitian-American stories, and I will continue to. But also, if you have an opportunity to see Bridges, I think it shows on Sunday. It's also a Miami director, and it's a woman director, first time female director. So I'm excited for her talking about the plight of the Venezuelan immigrants. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for being with us. And bless the Miami Film Festival. There's 9 more days to go, and thanks for being a part of it.